Hi everybody. Today's lesson is about karma. Yesterday we talked more about aura, but I mentioned that aura and karma are very connected. This is the way I see it. An aura is the light energy you hold close to yourself. It's kind of like your barrier. It's the message you send out to people. It's the thing that people are drawn to or repelled from, depending on what color your aura is or how your energy is working that day. Karma is more of your creation. Your aura is connected to your soul. Your karma is like a gift from your soul to the universe. And when I say the universe, I mean collectively mankind, nature, all living things. So when we create our karma, we do so by paying it forward, doing good things, sending out love. It doesn't have to be an overt act, although it can be an overt act, in my opinion. If you do something kind for someone else just because they need it, not because they've asked, not because you owe a debt, but just because you see a need in the world, that's creating karma. Another way you can create karma is by loving. I know that sounds so simplistic, but it really is. If you send out love to your fellow human beings, to other living things, out into nature by taking care of your environment, not littering, growing a garden, adopting a pet, that's creating karma. And when you create karma, the universe works like a magnet. For those of you that have read The Secret, I know many of you have, and I know a lot of you don't understand it or maybe aren't buying into it. That's what that whole book is built around, the philosophy, the theory that the universe is a magnet. When you send good karma out into the universe, not for yourself, but for the universe will reflect it back onto you. It's very simple. It's a simple concept. Sometimes as I'm creating karma, imagine the universe beyond the sun, kind of like a globe, the sky being the end of it. My good karma bouncing back from that barrier beyond the sun and shining down on me and the people I love through the sun's light energy. It's just a vision I use as I create karma. It's kind of my wish to the universe. A lot of people talk about bad karma. That's a lesson for another day. Maybe we'll talk about that tomorrow. Today I just want you to focus on good karma. I have a quick funny story. Some of you who know me well know this story. Last year, my son took a big state exam, and in the state exam, the ELA exam, there was a story about a bird in nature who had needs that weren't met, and instead of worrying about his own needs, he was just going about his business, taking care of other animals along the way, just because he could. All the while still trying to meet his own needs, and these other animals helped him in return without being asked. And of course that was kindness. They wanted the little children to write about kindness, that the bird showed an example of kindness. That was his character trait. And my son wrote that the bird was creating karma, and then went into a little description about what karma was in the universe. And I asked him how he knew that. And he said he remembered a couple years ago we took a dragonfly out of the pool with a net, and I told him not to hurt it, just to lay it in the grass, and because it was still alive and that it would go on living out its life journey. I said it would continue to be able to raise its babies and have more babies. I don't remember the conversation, but apparently my 7-year-old at the time did. And he said I told him that he'd be creating good karma in the universe by doing that, by saving a life, and that it would come back to him in another form of positive energy. So powerful. A little dragonfly at the top of the pool. I could have just flicked it out and not said a word so the kids could swim, but I guess at that moment I took it upon myself to teach him a life lesson about karma. I have no recollection of it, but 2 years later he did and wrote about it. And of course he spelled karma C-A-R-M-A instead of K-A-R-M-A, which I thought was even funnier. But it just goes to show you the power of a small conversation with your child that you can have, you know, in living your everyday life and how it sinks in, and they're like sponges, and it may have a lasting impression on them. One could hope. So a lot to think about today. Sorry for the segue, but I thought it was valuable. I hope you create great karma today for the universe. We could all use it. And I'll send some your way as well. Okay? Have a lovely, peaceful day. Thank you for watching. Feel free to comment. I'd love your examples of karma that you've created. And I will speak to you soon. Shanti.